So we made this, and apart from being an awesome desk toy and fidget toy, it actually has a really unusual property. All of these gears are the same size, but if I turn this handle, what happens is I get a 2-to-1 gear reduction. It's that back drivable, so I also get a 2-to-1 gear increase if I turn it the other way. That's actually really cool. If you think about it, if these gears are all the same size, what should happen is that we get a 1-to-1 ratio, but we don't. Now you have to ask yourself the question, why? If these are all kept in place, so that stays there, these two stay here, and we turn it, we get a 1-to-1 ratio. Because this particular bevel gear is able to turn around, then we get our gear increase or gear decrease. And one way to think about it is a bit like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and that's because of this contra-rotation as it goes around. And that is what I think is behind why this works. And of course, having a fixed gear ratio like that is cool, but you have to ask yourself the question, could we use basically the same setup to get a different gear ratio? And of course, the answer is yes, otherwise I wouldn't be making this video. And in order to do that, we need another module on there. So I, of course, went to Tinkercad and drew up this. All we've got to do with that now is print it, put it together, and see if it works. So here are the parts printed out, and we start with that part and that part. That shoves in there like that. A bit of glue on there will help that to hold. Then that goes through the center of that large one there, and that goes on the other side like that. So what we get is a free spinning bevel gear on both sides of this plate. Then we take this long bent arm, that goes through the center like that. This sleeve goes on there, and then this goes onto there. But that gets glued onto there, but you need to make sure that that's still free spinning and that's still free spinning. We have this axle. It's got a long side and a short side. The short side gets shoved in there because that's actually the drive, and it shoves in that way. So you shove that in there. When that's in there, it goes in this part here like that. And I've put a clip in there to keep it into place. And when we turn that, everything turns nice and freely. Now, we need to put the bottom plate on. To put the bottom plate on, we use these. There are 8 of these, again, with a long end and a short end. And the short end goes in there like that. And it will be a tight fit, so you might need to force it in there or put a bit of glue in there to hold it in place. But the 4 of those go in there like that. Right, when we've done that, we can put the bottom plate on, which lines up with all the holes, and then we can put the handle on here. So that's one module finished. Now we can take this second bevel gear with the medium-sized hole, slide it on there. There's a clip to hold it in place, and then we can put those in place, and they go in place with the short bit facing the bottom. Right, it's nearly done. Now what we do is take this final plate here, and the final bevel gear, and the bevel gear goes on the plate that way around, and we stuff this axle in place. And again, the axle's got a long bit and a short bit, and the short bit is the bit that goes through there and into the bevel gear. And once you put it in the bevel gear, there's a clip to hold it in place. And when that's done, it fits on the top there, making sure that the gears engage. So what does it do? Well, I've put a handle on, and I've put a dot on right there that we can watch. As we turn the handle, we get 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns. So we get 3 turns of that for 1 turn of that. So now instead of being 2-to-1, it's 3-to-1. And of course it is back drivable. So if we turn that, we get that with 1/3 of the output. That's awesome. Okay, so we've gone from 2-to-1 to 3-to-1 by adding a module, and it does beg the question, how far could you go with it? Now the really cool thing about this obviously is it's doing what's supposed to be impossible. It's taking gears that are the same size and yet arranging them to get a gear reduction out of them, which you're not supposed to be able to do, but apparently you can. Now I'll put this on Thingiverse, of course, and the link to the files will be in the description below, should anybody feel like playing with this and seeing if they could add extra modules to get different gear reductions. If nothing else, it's a pretty cool fidget toy. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and please do remember to like and subscribe.